Hello, welcome to the shop. Thanks for stopping by. If you're into laser engraving, we've got a video for you. We're going to be assembling the Algo DIY Kit Mini Laser Engraver. Small footprint, 300 by 315 millimeter laser engraver, 5-watt, good quality piece. So if you're looking for a nice, economical laser engraver to get started with, this is a good piece. Today I'm going to assemble the Algo DIY Kit Mini Laser Engraver. 5-watt laser engraver, 300 by 315 millimeter footprint. Good solid piece. I've already laid out everything you get in the box other than the owner's manual. Actually, I've already assembled it, tested it, taken it apart. Just check it out so I know what I'm getting into. First thing you get is your gantry. Limit switch is already installed. Good, solid, heavy piece. You get your rails, of course, safety glasses. You get 4 feet, some corner bracketry, laser module, focusing assist. You get the other limit switch, which you have to install. Your control box, your 2 belts, and then some screws and clips. So let's get this thing assembled. There will be information, links to it down below in the description if you're interested in buying one. Now, your side rails have a stop on the back end of them to keep the gantry from rolling off the back. So you've got 4 25 millimeter screws to assemble the frame. This is aluminum, so you do not want to crank on them super tight. Now the rear rail has got screw holes in it for corner brackets, so you have to make sure you get them in the right position. Make sure you want to get everything lined up and square before you start snugging everything down super tight. All right. So there is our frame. Now our gantry will slide on from the front. Then we turn the machine upside down to put on the corner brackets. And then your foot screws into that corner bracket. One last foot to go on. And there we have it. Now the next thing that's got to go on are these little corner plates. And they go at the end of each of the rails. And then when your belt comes through, there is a notch. You put a screw, or a slot, and then you put a screw in there and it locks your belt into place. So let's put these on. And one more of these goes down on this end. All of the machining on the bars, everything's very clean. No rough edges that I've seen so far. The anodizing on the plates, very well done. Nice thickness on the plates. And there we have that. Next step is belts. These things can be a royal pain. So you slide it through the little slot on the end. I run it all the way under. Now it's got to go up and over this pulley right in here. And that is very fun to get lifted up sometimes. So you push the belt back so you get a little loop. Slide something under that loop and lift it up. Then up, over, and then back down under the front wheel. Like that. And then you go through this front slot up here. I always try to keep my belts about the same length on either end. Turn it around and do the other side. And now that we got the belt in place, we take our screw with a washer, put it in that other hole at the end plate, and as we tighten it down, the washer locks the belt into place, and now you can't pull that belt out. We'll do the one on this end. Do the one on this end. Now on this one we want to, as we're tightening it down, we want to pull the belt just a little bit so the belt is snug. You don't want to try to stretch the belt. And we lock it into place. And then we will do the same thing on this side here. Pulling the belt just a little bit. And we got one little snag here. This bracket is twisted. There we go. That bracket was off just a little bit, didn't want to line up with the hole. And there we have it. Belts on tight. Everything moves nicely. So now our next thing is going to be the limit switch. The limit switch just screws down into these little bitty holes here on the top of the rail. And now when you hit the home button in your software, your module will come this way here, touch that switch. It'll come this way here, touch the switch on the top, and it'll stop. That's where it'll start every time. So our laser module, like I said, has got the cutout for the air assist. Just slides down into this bracket, and it's got 2 set screws to lock it into place. Our control module, it's got 2 screws, goes in from the inside and into the back of the module. There's 2 spots. And there's also locating pins to help line it up, so you're not fighting trying to keep it into position. And our wiring, we've got 2 pins or 2 little small connectors up here at the front, which go on the limit switch. They do fit snugly. We've got a Y-axis connector. We've got a laser module connector. And these are keyed, so they will only plug in one direction. We've got an X-axis connector. The bracket is designed so you can slide your wiring into there. We've got 2 more little pins. Goes on this limit switch. And there we have it. Quick, easy setup. Very easy to do. So, again, if you're interested in laser engraving, this is a good option for you, a good beginner's option. Said it is a smaller footprint. Doesn't take up quite as much room as the bigger ones do. It'll fit nicely on a small desk. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Stay tuned to see what this thing can do.